Hello everyone, Jiff Game here. What is going on? Today I'm going to be talking about the Steam Machine and sort of my pre-impressions and how I think this thing's going to sell, and just kind of how I think it looks and how it's going to perform. So right before we get started, I want to say I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more stuff like this, sort of reviewing something that I really liked or really hated, and sort of these impressions on products that will be coming out or have already come out. So, getting right into it, we have the Steam Machine, and if you hear any clicking, it's because I'm looking at images and stuff. So, first thing I want to talk about is the Alienware Steam Machine, which is $480, definitely the cheapest one. And this thing looks nice. I'm not gonna lie, this thing actually does look pretty nice. It can play over 980 games, including Portal 2, Borderlands the pre-sequel, and Dying Light. It has multiplayer with up to 4 controllers and shit like that, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, online multiplayer, all that crap, obviously. But these things are expensive. If you didn't know, I counted, and I may have counted wrong, like a dumbass or some shit, but like, there are 14 different Steam machines, and I don't know why they did this. See, this is what I think, right? Why could they not make this simple? People that are going to be buying a Steam machine either just really like Steam, they really like PC gaming, and they want to move their Steam machine into a living room or something where their computer isn't, and have the ability to play a cool amount of PC games on this thing. And that's a cool idea. That is awesome. You get to bring a PC into this console-like system with a controller, and a disaster of one. I'll get to that in a second. But you know, that's cool. You can bring it into the living room, you can put it wherever you want, put it next to all your other consoles that you may have, and there you go. It's like an awesome little PC. But these things get pretty expensive. The most expensive one I found, it said $2,000 to $5,000. But the specs are really good. It had a Titan Z NVIDIA GeForce 900 series, which included the Titan Z, which is crazy as hell, because that thing's expensive as hell, so, you know, that raises that price pretty high. But I really like the design of the Alienware here. A lot of them, I don't know, a lot of them look kind of bigger, which obviously they have a lot of bigger components inside of them, but this one looks simple, and it looks like a decent Steam machine. Now, like I said, simple was a key thing I think they would have thought of. So, for people that may not know a whole bunch about what they're getting into, they might want to get a Steam machine, but they don't know like what stuff to do. Obviously, they could do research to find out what sort of hardware and graphics card and, you know, processor they really needed. But when it comes down to it, why have 14? Like, holy crap, that's a lot. That is 14 different systems, and I don't know, I just feel like it complicates things. Why could they not just make one Steam machine that was whatever the hell you want to price it at, $2,000, which that's shit. I mean, like, it has all these, I know it has like all these expensive ass graphics cards and processors inside of them, so it has to be expensive. It's basically like a computer. It's basically a PC, like an expensive gaming PC, so I can see that. But that's, I don't know, it just feels somewhat ridiculous, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the controller. So if we take a look at the controller, it looks like, man, I've seen this thing before. Like it came from my Happy Meal, you know? Like, I don't know, it looks like shit. In my opinion, at least. A lot of people may disagree. I haven't seen anyone disagree yet. But this thing has been in development for so long. Like, this was a huge thing. It's like the past few years now, when people have been talking about these Steam machines, the main thing was like, what's the controller gonna be? And they're like, oh, maybe it'll be a trackball. That was a horrible idea. Excuse me. It looks, I don't know. The D-pad looks like a sticker. The mouse pad on the side looks like it came off the bottom of my chair. And then you got like this awkward ass ABYX thing going on here, like right next to the handle. I'm just picturing like my hands like that right now. Obviously, you won't be pressing that most. You'll have your left hand on the analog stick, and then the right one will be up here moving the... How the hell is that gonna work for games that are FPS like Dying Light? Obviously, if you're playing Dying Light, you can probably use the ABYX thing, but you know how awkward that is? That thing is barely spaced. Like, you cannot even fit that Steam symbol up there, like the home button, in between that. And that's barely any space. That would get on my nerves. But other than that, the controller looks sleek. It looks pretty cool. It kind of almost looks like a, you know, remember that Android console that came out or something like that, the Ouya? It looks like that. It looks like the same shape, and then, you know, obviously the middle has, you know, different D-pad. It has a mouse wheel and stuff. But you know what? Maybe it'll make sense. But for games like DayZ that you'll be able to probably play on the Steam machine, I just don't see it working. DayZ is a game that requires a lot of fast movement and split-second decisions, and if you're you can't get to have a split-second decision, you got a freaking inch mouse wheel. I'm just picturing that. It's trying to turn and shit, playing CSGO on it. Oh my god. Oh, that would be horrible. But yeah. Anyway, first impressions, maybe I rambled on a little bit. That's just kind of how I think, though. They should have made it simple. Why not just make one console that was $2,000 or whatever and had nice hardware? Maybe the hardware inside of it was more expensive than the console would actually be, like, sold at. Who cares? That would sell pretty damn well. I mean, obviously that would, be non-profitable, but still, that's pretty good. And this controller, I don't know. I've seen a lot of things that have turned out alright. Maybe this thing, maybe they know what they were doing. Or maybe they completely screwed up and the Steam machine's gonna flop. Now, real quick before I go, I want to talk about how this thing's going to be sort of competing with the Xbox One and PS4. This thing's gonna do shit compared to those. PlayStation 4 hit 20 million sold the other day. I have no idea what Xbox is at. I'm sure they're still heavy breathing over there. What are we gonna do? But this thing, it's not gonna sell like they thought, like they thought it would. I just can see. I can tell. Not gonna happen. It's too complicated. I mean, people have to make all these decisions on which version they want to get. And while people can go out and get a PS4 and Xbox One, and you really think that every single one of these Steam machines is gonna be perfectly working? You think there's not going to be any of them that may not work? Oh, guys, if you're planning on getting a Steam machine, don't get the whatever Tiki, that expensive ass one. It's got so many bugs. The interior is like all messed up. Shit's wrong. Don't get it. What if something like that were to happen? It could. Not saying it will. I mean, they probably perfect it pretty well, but still, not every single one of these is going to work. And if it does, then bravo, because there are still some bugs that I have found on Xbox One. So yeah. Anyway, may have rambled on a little bit there. Hopefully you enjoyed my first impressions on Steambox. Let me know what you guys think, and will you guys be picking up a Steam machine? Personally, hell no. Hell no. I got a perfectly fine computer right here that I can get most of my gaming done. It might need an update every now and then, but this thing, it's cool. I like the idea, but it's too complicated, and I don't know. It might flop. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening in. Hopefully you guys will subscribe, like, and tune into another video of, mine. Go ahead. I'll see you guys around. Peace.